Welcome back to SAT Math Practice, one page at a time with hints and tricks. This is Test 7, Section 4. You made it to the last page. Questions 37 and 38. Please find the link to the official SAT practice test in the description below, as well as links to the other pages of this section if you missed any, and Section 3 as well for the no calculator section. If you would like to attempt these two problems without any hints, please pause now and do so. I'll go through a couple hints and then go over them in more detail. So make sure you look over the initial information. And for number 37, we are asked for the mean. So reminder that mean means you're going to add them all up and divide by how many there are for day one. For number 38, last question. This is so much easier than it sounds if you pay attention to the very last part. Given that the contestant received a score of 5 on one of the 3 days, that is absolutely critical to doing this problem and makes it very, very easy. So go ahead and try these now if you haven't already done so, and then we will go through them in more detail. So for 37, I'm focusing on day one. And to get the mean, I need to add up the means. To get the mean score, I need to add up all the scores. So I need to make sure I multiply how many people got the score by the value of the score, right? So I'm going to take each of these and multiply by the value. So first I'm going to take 2 times 5. So 2 people got 5 points, 3 times 4. 3 people got 4 points, 4 times 3, 6 times 2, 2 times 1, and then the 0, I'm not going to bother. 3 times 0 would just be 0. So then I'm going to add those products up. So I would have 10 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 again plus 2 gives me a total of 48 if I add those all up. And then I want to divide by the total. So be careful here. I did not write the 0 times 3, but I have to represent all 20 people. So I have to make sure that I divide by 20, which gives me a mean of 2.4. 2.4. In the grid in, you would just bubble that in, 2.4. All right, so for 38, again, it sounds much more complicated than it is, but because they tell us specifically that we are given that the contestant received a score of 5 on one of the 3 days. So on one of the 3 days, they would have had to have gotten a score of 5. Well, what is the probability that that was on day 2 or day 3? Well, on day 2, 2 people got a 5. On day 3, 3 people got a 5. But the total number of people that got 5s on one of those 3 days is 7, right down here, 7, right? 2, 2, and 3 is 7. So the probability that they got it on day 2 or 3 is simply 5/7. 5/7 for that one. Now, because this is the grid in, if you wanted to, 5/7 is a long decimal, 0.714285. So you would not have enough room to grid in the decimal, but they do allow you to truncate the decimal to just what would fit. So if you wanted to, you could actually just put the first 3 decimal places, right? Because the decimal itself is going to take up one of the 4 columns, or you could just grid in the fraction of 5/7. Okay, so that is the end of practice test 7, section 4. Please look for other practice tests for this SAT. Practice makes perfect. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.